It's 3:47 in the morning, you're asleep, and your AI agent just finished researching 5 topics, drafted 3 summaries, and sent you a formatted report, on its own. No cron job, no server running in your basement, no Zapier subscription eating your bank account. Just a cloud AI agent that never clocks out. That's MaxClaw. And in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up, step by step, including the one memory configuration that 90% of people skip, and the security setting you actually need to check before you automate anything important. Let's go. Quick montage. The MaxClaw dashboard pulses, a Telegram reply pops in, and a workflow graph connects nodes, ending on the landing page Zoom. The landing page loads cleanly. No fluff, just a clear call to create your first agent. We'll start from scratch, but watch how little setup is required. You're not wiring webhooks or editing config files. You'll name the agent, give it plain English instructions, and connect a chat app. That's the whole recipe. Keep an eye on the top right controls. We'll use those in a moment to create and rename the instance before testing the first message flow. Before we touch any settings, let me give you the actual picture, because MaxClaw is 3 things working together, and most videos skip this part entirely. Layer 1, OpenClaw. That's the open source agent framework. It handles how your agent thinks, what tools it can use, and how it remembers things. Think of it as the engine. Layer 2, MiniMax runtime. That's the managed cloud infrastructure. No servers for you to spin up, no Docker containers, no YAML hell. MiniMax handles all of it. Layer 3, MaxClaw. That's the product you're actually using. OpenClaw plus MiniMax runtime, pre-integrated and ready to deploy. And sitting underneath all of that is the M2.5 model. 229 billion parameters. But here's the thing. It only activates about 10 billion of them per response. That's how it runs this fast, this cheap, at this scale. We'll break that architecture apart in video 3, but right now, just know, you're getting frontier-level intelligence without a frontier-level price tag. Released February 25th, 2026. I've been testing it since day 1. Here's what actually works. You might be thinking, why not just self-host OpenClaw? It's open source. I can run it myself. You can, and if you want to spend 45 minutes setting up Docker, troubleshooting environment variables, and babysitting a VPS, go for it. But if you want something running in 10 seconds without touching a terminal, MaxClaw is your answer. Here's the honest comparison. Self-hosted OpenClaw gives you maximum control, root access, and full data residency, at the cost of time, ongoing maintenance, and real DevOps overhead. MaxClaw bundles OpenClaw with MiniMax's managed runtime, one dashboard, instant scaling, built-in credentials vault, and a sane default memory system. You trade low-level control for speed and reliability. If you need compliance-grade isolation, self-host. If you need results by lunch, use MaxClaw. That's the trade-off in plain terms. The trade-off? With MaxClaw, your data lives on MiniMax's cloud. We'll cover exactly what that means and scans, nansen, what it doesn't mean, in the security section. Don't skip that part. Quick caution before we build further. Cloud convenience is not a blank check. Treat MaxClaw like any hosted AI platform. Don't pipe passwords, raw secrets, or regulated data through chat. Keep workflows scoped to research, summaries, scheduling, and code that's safe to share. We'll cover security settings later, but go in with eyes open. Speed is great. Just pair it with sensible boundaries. Go to agent.minimax.io. Sign up takes about 2 minutes. Basic info. No payment required to start. Once you're in the dashboard, look for a blue button in the upper right corner. Create MaxClaw. Click it. You'll see a loading animation for about 10 to 20 seconds. What's happening behind the scenes? MiniMax is generating your agent instance, allocating infrastructure, and creating default config files. You don't see any of it. You just see a dashboard. Your agent gets a default name. Something like MaxClaw 7A4D. Rename it immediately. Under the Settings tab, change the name and write your first instruction in plain English. No JSON, no code, no syntax. Plain English. That's it. Success. Your agent is created and active. You'll see a confirmation state and the default configuration applied. From here, rename the agent, add your first instruction, and note the status indicators in the header. If anything looks red, wait a few seconds. Provisioning finalizes quickly. Now, let's connect it to Telegram. This is the fastest integration. Took me under 3 minutes the first time. In your MaxClaw dashboard, click Connect Telegram. a pop-up appears with 3 steps. Follow them exactly. Step 1. Open Telegram and search for @botfather. This is Telegram's official bot creation bot. It's verified. Look for the blue checkmark. Step 2. Send the message @newbot to botfather. It'll ask you for a name. Type whatever you want your bot called. Then it asks for a username. This must end in bot. Something like Meyer Search Bot or MaxClaw Assistant Bot. Step 3. Botfather gives you an API token. It looks like a long string of numbers and letters. Copy that token. Go back to your MaxClaw dashboard and paste it into the field. Click Confirm. Give it 15 seconds. You'll see a green dot appear next to Telegram in your dashboard. That means it's live. Now go to Telegram. Find your bot by the username you just created. Send it any message. It responds. Your MaxClaw agent is now live on Telegram 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No server, no maintenance. Done. Recap. The Telegram connection is live. Your agent can read messages, respond, and run scheduled tasks without your manual input. This is the point where most people stop. Don't. The next step is what makes it truly useful. Memory. We'll switch on long-term memory, set the scope to cross-platform, and tune behavior so your agent remembers preferences across every chat. That's the upgrade from chatbot to assistant. This is the part that separates a basic chatbot from an actual assistant, and almost every tutorial skips it. In your MaxClaw dashboard, go to Settings, Advanced Options. You'll see a toggle labeled Long-Term Memory. It's off by default. Turn it on. Here's what that does. MaxClaw now stores context from every conversation, across every session. Not just this chat, all future chats. It remembers what topics you care about, what format you prefer, what you've already researched. The memory window is 200,000 tokens. For reference, that's roughly 150,000 words of context. A full-length novel. Your agent is carrying a novel's worth of memory about your working style. Now, important caveat. On the free tier, memory compression kicks in after significant usage. Older conversations get summarized. You won't lose data, but older context gets condensed. If you're running heavy workflows, watch your memory usage in the dashboard. One more thing to do here. Scroll down and find Memory Scope. Set it to cross-platform. This means if you connect Discord or Slack later, the same agent, with the same memory, responds everywhere. One brain, multiple platforms. Let's run something real, not a toy example. A workflow you'd actually use. In Telegram, send your MaxClaw agent this exact instruction. Hit send. MaxClaw confirms the scheduled task. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. it executes, without you opening the app, without you logging in, without you doing anything. That's not a webhook, that's not a trigger-based automation. That's a natural language scheduled agent task. You wrote one sentence, it handles the rest. Now I want to show you what happens if you push it further. Send this. Type a follow-up like, great. Also track 3 new topics this week, summarize every morning at 8, and include links and source confidence scores. Keep it natural language. MaxClaw will schedule, fetch, and format without any extra wiring. Watch the response time. Under 5 seconds, sourced, formatted, ready to use. Final warning on automation. Add guardrails, set rate limits, verify source domains, and require confirmations for actions that change data. Scheduled agents are powerful. Use them responsibly so speed never outruns safety. Most creators skip this. I'm not going to. When you use MaxClaw, here's exactly what goes where. Your messages, everything you type in Telegram, Slack, or Discord, gets sent to MiniMax's cloud servers for processing. That's unavoidable. The model has to see your input to respond. Your API token, the Telegram bot token you pasted in, gets stored in MiniMax's encrypted credential vault. It is not exposed in transit. It is not stored in a local .env file that someone could steal off a hacked VPS. Your conversation history. This is what powers the 200K memory. It lives on MiniMax's infrastructure, not on your device. What does that mean practically? Don't put genuinely sensitive data through MaxClaw workflows. No passwords. No financial credentials. No personally identifiable information you'd be uncomfortable with a third-party cloud provider holding. For productivity tasks, research, summaries, content drafts, scheduling, code generation, the risk profile is the same as using ChatGPT or Claude. You're using a cloud AI, that's the deal. For business-critical or sensitive data workflows, run that through a self-hosted OpenClaw instance instead. We'll cover that in a future video. One more thing. MaxClaw is built on MiniMax infrastructure, which is a Chinese AI lab. If your workflow touches data subject to your organization's data residency policies, by Palager Knuckle Laum. I'm not your compliance officer, but you needed to know. So, where does MaxClaw actually stand? It's genuinely one of the fastest to deploy AI agents I've tested. The memory system works, the Telegram integration is seamless, the free tier is more capable than most paid tools. The honest limitations: free tier memory compression, WhatsApp still in beta, no self-hosting option through this interface. But here's what I haven't shown you yet, and it's what makes this actually dangerous to paid automation tools. In video 2, I'm running 4 real MaxClaw workflows side by side, against Zapier, morning news digest, document processing, code execution, Slack relay. 4 workflows, $0, 0 subscriptions. If you're paying for automation tools right now, video 2 is gonna hurt a little. Subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you there.